Hello everyone. Now let's start today's session. And today's session is about a strategy which is a very famous strategy across the business world, and that is called as the blue ocean strategy. Now, though this strategy is basically for business people, for companies who are into business, but it can also be applied. The principles of this strategy can also be applied by employees in their organization, not just to grow the organization, I mean to provide service to the organization, but for their careers as well. So we'll discuss from both perspectives, from a business perspective and from an employee's perspective, right? Great. Now, this strategy, the blue ocean strategy, was developed by Mr. Chan and Miss Rini, who are the professors of INSEAD College. That is one of the number amongst the top 5 colleges in the world for MBA course, and they are very famous for that. And the book that they wrote became very famous, and they have developed a whole course on that as well. So if you want to go in deep and study this strategy, you can join the course online, or you can at least read the book, okay, in totality. So you'll get complete depth of this strategy. Today we are going to discuss a few points out of the whole book, okay, and which are relevant from our perspective, for starters perspective. So let's see. This book is all about, or the whole strategy which is there, is talking from two sense. It considers 2 points, and one is the differentiation and second is the cost factor. So when you put these two things together, so therefore it is called as simultaneous pursuit. What the author says, that the whole strategy is about simultaneous, means you have to work on both the angles together. What are the angles? Differentiation and the cost. Now, this is a very important point, and therefore I'll reflect on these 2 points right now before we go ahead. Differentiation means how you differentiate your product. If you're a businessman, how you are going to differentiate your product, your market, from your competitors. So when I talk about differentiation, I'm comparing with a competition. It can be one competitor or number of competitors in the market. Okay. So differentiation can be in competition, differentiation in product that you are launching. Okay. And when we talk from employees' perspective, this differentiation can be in skills. What are the skills you are offering to your employer which your competitors are not? Who are your competitors? The co-workers, your colleagues, who are in the same organization doing the same kind of work, or maybe in different organizations doing the same kind of work. So if you are a Java coder, then all the other Java coders are your competitors. So what you are giving which will differentiate you from them? This is the focus area number 1, differentiation. Okay. And number 2 is low cost. Because in business world, the customers will buy a product if it is cost competitive. If it is not cost competitive, if it is too highly priced, then they will not buy it. So low cost doesn't mean cheap. Low cost means the lowest possible cost for that particular type of product. Okay. So let's see now how to work on these two things simultaneously. So first we'll see the comparison between the red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy. Now, what is the red ocean strategy? The normal business. And blue ocean means the strategy which is developed by these two people. Okay. So in the red ocean strategy, you are competing in an existing market space. The first differentiation is the market space. So when you compete in the existing market space, that is the old strategy, the red ocean strategy. Now, red ocean means which is an ocean which is filled with competition, where there is hard competition between different players in the market. So that is called as the red ocean. And when you create a new ocean for yourself, a new ocean means a blue ocean, where there is very less competition. So that is called as a blue ocean basically. So now think about it. Think for yourself. Are you operating in red ocean or do you have a blue ocean for yourself? So whatever you are doing today, is there a competition? And how strong is that competition? Think about it. So if there is a competition, that's okay. But if it is a strong competition, cutthroat competition, then that is a red ocean. Okay, you are operating in a red ocean. So in a red ocean, what happens is that competition, when the competition is tough, you have to reduce your price. Say for example, for every job, if 300 applicants are there, means you will have to compete with other 299 people out there in the interview process. Okay, so you cannot demand your price. You'll have to reduce your salary, your ask, right? Because if you quote your price too high, then the job will go to the other competitors. If the company feels that, okay, you have certain skills and your competitors also have those skills, and there is no differentiation, there is no much differentiation, but still you are charging very high price for yourself, then you will not get the job, right? So either you differentiate yourself strongly or you cut your price. So that is what happens in a competitive environment in a red ocean. But in a blue ocean, what happens is you create an uncontested market space. Uncontested market space. So that is something which is not offered by many people. Now you have developed a certain skill, for example, which is not offered by many people. Or even if the skill is same, say you are a Java coder and you are a Java coder, so you cannot differentiate there. There are many Java coders out there. But you can develop a certain type of product, a certain type of application using your skill, which is a different thing, which is a unique thing. Nobody else has done that before. So then that can become a differentiator. So then you will enter into a blue ocean, right? Like this course that I have launched right now. This is called as Career Success Masterclass. And as you are seeing, we are discussing so many different angles in this course that this becomes a complete 360-degree course. If somebody wants to, excel in his career, whether he's doing a job or whether he's doing a business, it doesn't matter, because all these strategies and skills and mindset training that we are doing applies everywhere, right? So this is a unique course by itself. If you go online and search about such kind of a course, which is a 360-degree, which gives a 360-degree coverage, you will not find any course. At least I didn't find. If you are able to find, let me know, okay, of my competitors. But I couldn't find. So I found a lot of courses, but which were short duration courses, like 2 hours course on mindset, success mindset. There are courses available. Then maybe some strategy, blue ocean strategy, you will find a course somewhere. So they are diverse courses and segregated. What I have done is combine everything into this one package. So I'm entering a blue ocean, and who knows what will happen tomorrow, right? So that's the first point. The second point is, in red ocean, as you're competing, you'll have to beat the competition. The focus is on beating the competition. But in blue ocean, you make the competition irrelevant, because you develop something which is so unique that there is no competition. So there is no question of beating the competition, right? You are ahead of the competition. Third point, you exploit existing demand. In red ocean, what happens is that the demand is already there, and there are a lot of people who are competing to supply the goods or service, as the case may be, to meet that demand. So the competition is between the suppliers. They are fighting with each other for the same demand. But in blue ocean, what happens is that you create and capture new demand. So tomorrow, as people will come to know of this success masterclass, they will ask for it and they will be ready for it. So I'll be creating a new demand in the market, and they will realize the efficacy of this course, that after doing this course, you can excel in your careers. Then there will be a new demand, something which was not available earlier on, right? Then In red ocean, you make the value or cost trade-off. Okay, so in cutthroat competition, there is always that trade-off that happens. Either you cut on the value or you cut on the cost, and normally when we cut the cost, we also cut on the value part of it, right? But in blue ocean, you break that cutoff. I mean, the trade-off is not there anymore. And last point, in red ocean, what happens is that you align your whole system of your activities with strategic choice of differentiation or low cost. So these are the two factors that we are discussing, the differentiation and the low cost. So in a traditional approach, what happens is either you focus on differentiation or you focus on the low cost. So you cannot do both simultaneously. But in blue ocean, we are able to do both of these simultaneously. We build a new product as well as we offer it at a very reasonable price. Okay, a price which is good for the buyer as well as for us, the seller. So these are the differences in the red ocean and the blue ocean. So then what is the value innovation? In blue ocean, what are we trying to build? So as I said, it's a simultaneous pursuit to build differentiation and low cost. So we are trying to build something, build a product which has a differentiation as well as it is very, priced at the right point. Like this masterclass, it's neither too costly, like I'm not charging like millions from you, nor even lakhs. I have put a cost which is very reasonable, but at the same time, from my perspective, if you look, so it's a scalable product. I have to record it once and then it's scalable. So I'm not incurring a huge expense in, making this course. So I can sell it at a very reasonable price, which is good for me. And for me, the profit will come in later stages when lakhs of people will buy this course, right? So we are in pursuit of these two things simultaneously, the differentiation, building something new, avoiding the competition, and also keeping a reasonable price. And by doing this, what we are doing is creating a leap in value. So we are creating value for both the buyers and the company. Now, what is the value for buyer and what is the value for company, you will ask. And you can do this in employment as well. So I'll just take a few examples of that as well. So buyers in the employment sector will be your company. The company is the buyer to whom you are giving your service, means the employer is the buyer for you and you are the seller, right? So what the buyer loses? So what is the value for buyer? For buyer, the value is offerings utility. Utility means what advantage, what benefits are loaded into that service or into that product, and its price minus its price. So if the utility to be gained by the buyer is of 10 lakhs, the value of that utility for him is 10 lakhs and the price that he's paying is 1 lakh, means he's gaining 9 lakh rupees. So he's happy with that, right? So the value of utility depends upon the buyer, what kind of benefits he will derive. Like for example, for this masterclass, you are the buyer, I am the seller, right? So what is the utility for you? You're going to deploy all these learnings into your profession, into your career, and you're going to increase your profitability or the earning capacity by at least 100%. And that's certain. That is the minimum that would happen if you deploy all these learnings. Okay. So for you, the value addition is almost 100%. So if you are earning a salary of say 10 lakhs today, 2 years from now, you will reach a position of 20 lakhs. So the value for you is another 10 lakhs. And the amount that you're paying me is what? Peanuts in comparison with that. So this masterclass makes a good sense for you, right? And for the seller, that is myself, what is the value for me? The offering's price minus its cost. From seller's perspective, it is the price, what I'm charging from you, X amount, minus the cost of making this product. So if that is positive, then I am also earning and you are also earning, right? So this gives us very good insights, and I'll focus on this. I'll elaborate a few points on this because this is a great learning for you. Now, first we'll take from the employee's perspective, okay? Because the example that I gave just now was from business perspective. So let's take employee's perspective. So now you are an employee and you are working somewhere in a company and you're getting, say, a salary of 10 lakhs per annum. And I just said that by doing this masterclass, you can raise your salary to 20 lakhs. Now, how will you do that? So number one, differentiation. So focus on building skills, focus on building a product, focus on building some kind of value for your employer. So if you are into, say, product line, okay, so you develop certain products, develop certain kind of utilities which will benefit the company. So if, say, I am an employee of Haldiram's and I work in the kitchen, I am a chef, one of the master chefs in Haldiram, what I'll do is I'll make a new kind of bhujia. I'll make some new kind of chips. Okay, I'll focus on that, I'll do research and I'll develop it, and I'll go and tell my boss that, look, this is a new line which we can enter. We can sell this type of a product and earn a lot of money. And he tastes it and he likes it and he says, wow, Farooq, you are good. Where were you up till now? Yeah. So what I've done, differentiation. So I have made a different product which my boss likes, and then he launches it and he's going to earn millions out of it. So obviously he'll offer me some shares, some ESOPs, right? Employee stock option plans, or he'll raise my salary at least, or he may give me a commission, an incentive on the sale of the new product, right? So my salary doubles. So build a differentiation. Think of it. Think what you can do which is not done by your competitors. So your competitors are your colleagues in the same organization. So what is that thing which you can build which adds value to your employer's business? If you can do that, you can demand your price, right? So that's one thing. So show the value to your employer that, look, because of my performance, because of my techniques, because of my knowledge, because of my IP, intellectual property, you can earn millions. So at least give me some lakhs out of it, and he'll give you, right? So that's the fact. And from business point, of course, as I said, you develop a new product, you develop a new technique of entering the market to beat the competition. Okay, so I hope you understood this point. Very good. So always as an employer, don't just sit in the office and do things as directed. Never do that. If you do that, you will continue to receive the salary which the boss decides. Okay, so now continuing with the innovation statement, there are 4 things that we do here. This is another very important thing to understand. There are 4 things that you can do to create that differentiation. Okay, point is we have to create the differentiation and also add value. So how will you do that? So focus on doing 4 things. There are 4 things that you can do. Number 1, there may be certain factors on which people are competing, but they can be eliminated. Interesting point. Yeah, there are a lot of things that we do which are actually not adding any value to the business. It doesn't add any value to business. So these are the things which you can eliminate. Okay, you can completely ignore, you can completely eliminate. Like you may be doing some things in your office, you may be performing some kind of roles which are of no use. They don't add any value to you nor to the employer. So what you can do is just go and eliminate them. Just go and eliminate them. Don't focus on them too much because they are of no use. Leave them for your competition, I would say. Leave them. There are certain things which you have to leave for your competition, because let them do it. It's good that they focus too much energy on those things, and we'll develop something absolutely new. Okay, so that's the first point. Elimination. What can you eliminate? Think about it. And this is the exercise for you today, that whatever you are doing right now, whether you are into business or a startup or into an employment, think of those things which you do, which occupy a lot of your time, but which can be eliminated. Write them down, make a note, and then slowly think over these things and try to eliminate them one by one, because they are unnecessarily taking up your time and energy and not giving anything in return. Second, which factors should be reduced well below the industry standards? So every product or every service has a particular standard, right? But there is a lot of competition happening in this particular area. For example, let's take an example, like my wife is a travel agent, not travel agent, sort of travel agent, but travel advisor, you can say. She's a travel advisor, but people who come to her also ask for, airline bookings, the ticket booking. But there is no profit in ticket bookings, because every airline offers the same price online and they don't give any huge amount of discounts to the travel agents. So they get something like 1% or 2% out of it. But the amount of energy that goes into it, the amount of time that goes into it is huge. So by investing a lot of time and energy, the profitability is very less. So what we should do is then eliminate it. If possible, completely eliminate. So she will tell her customers to book the tickets online themselves. Go on the site of all the airline companies, Indigo and Jet and whatever, and book the tickets. I'll just do your land portion. I'll not do your airline tickets. Eliminate. Okay, understood the point? Eliminate. Number two, if it cannot be totally eliminated because some customers are old, and they don't know how to book online and that sort of problem arises, then you reduce it. So you don't put your time and effort into it because that's costly. You are the boss. You appoint somebody in office, some junior staff, and give this work delegated to that junior staff whose time is at a very low cost. Okay, so some mistakes may happen. You are reducing the service, the standard of that service that you would give is much different than the standard of service that somebody else would give. Or you can say, you can diversify here. You can offshoot this part to some other person. So there are a lot of travel booking agents as well, airline booking agents. So you give this job to them. Just siphon it off. You don't do it yourself. Give it to another person. Outsource it. So the quality will reduce, but that's fine. That's fine, because that is not affecting your competition, right? So second point is reduce. Third is raise. Now third is raise. There are certain things which are profitable for your business. So raise the bar. Give a service which is better than your competitors. So that's the third thing. So identify the factors which, if raised, you have to raise it above the industry standards, and that will give you a lot of benefits and a lot of profit. Okay. And the fourth thing is create something absolutely new, which is not offered by the industry, which is not offered by the competitors in the industry. So that's the fourth thing you can do. So 4 points, understood? They are very simple points. Identify things which can be eliminated. So how will you identify things which can be eliminated? Think from two things. How much time, efforts you are putting into this, and what is the outcome? What is the profit that you are generating from it? If you think that the time, energy is too much, means the investment is too high and the profitability is less, eliminate. Or at least you can reduce them below the standards, and it is not going to affect your profitability because anyways people accept it. Third thing, raise the standards. Where will you raise the standards? Where you think that my competition is not doing that great. But if I raise the competition bar here in this particular area, I would earn a lot of money. I can, get that competition. I can get more demand. For example, when I was teaching taxation earlier on to CA students, so there were a lot of things that we did. Like when I was doing it physically, I recorded the lectures and I started giving them the lectures as well. So apart from attending the physical classes, they would get lectures also, which they can watch free of cost. Was my competition doing it? No, they were not doing it. So a lot of students would come to me. So I beat my competition. Yeah, because Farooq sir gives video lectures as well for revision purposes. So I got benefit. Then people used to launch charts and additional notes and online lectures and revision lectures and so on and so forth. So that is called as raising the bar. So you have to do that. From employment's perspective, you have to raise your bar, increase your skills. And we have been talking about that in the previous sessions. Increase your skills. Go for updation. Go for more knowledge. Okay. And fourth thing is create something absolutely new. So that you can do. Like when I launched my pen drive classes, that was absolutely new. And within 1 year, 1.5 years, I captured the entire market in India. And I was the only person to do that in pen drive classes. Others who join later on are only regional teachers, because now everyone is there. It has become a red market, you can say. Okay, it is no more a blue ocean. When I launched my pen drives way back in 2013, mid of 13, it was a blue ocean. There was no competition, and I got tremendous benefit from that. Within 1.5 years, my pen drives are going across India, from north to absolute south, Kanyakumari, and from east to west. But people who join later on, and now it is a total crap market. It's very much a red ocean. So if people join today and into this industry and they launch their pen drives, it will not go across India, because now what happens is that every teacher has got their own market share, and that is not going to increase any further. Right? So that's the advantage. Then going on, so the second exercise you have to do. So first exercise I told you to do is list down these 4 things that you will have to do in your particular area. What you can eliminate, what you can reduce, what you have to increase, and what you have to build absolutely new. Okay, so that is the first exercise that you'll do. The second is this one. So while you do that, this will help you. This is called as a strategic canvas, and this is a simple chart that you have to make. Horizontal and vertical line first you have to draw, and on the horizontal line are the key competing factors. Okay, you have to mention the competing factors. So you can write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all these dots are the competing factors that you will write. So what are the factors on which you compete with your competitors? And on the vertical line is the offering level. Means what is the level at which these people are operating, the competitors and yourself. So what is the level of the whole industry? Is it too high? So means the competition is too high in this particular factor. So the red line is the offering level. The blue line is the factors of competition. So as the red line dips, that means the offering of competitors is either not there, or even if it is there, it is not up to that mark. Means there is low competition. So whenever there is a low competition or no competition, those factors are the blue ocean strategy factors. They are the things that you need to focus on, you need to give to the people. Okay, like what we are doing now. We are developing a software to make CVs, to make resumes. All of us need resumes, you also need a resume. So Talent Place, basically, the logo that you can see right here on the screen. So it is our startup where we are building an online package which will help you to build your CVs and resumes. And these resumes will be totally different. They will be skill focused. So all your skills will be brought out by this resume, and your experience and your salary graph, means what salary you started and what is your salary currently, and we'll build the whole graph for you. And that resume that you will build on our platform will show you a lot of insights about your own career up till now, what path you have been following and where you have reached, what kind of success level you have reached right now, and what you aim in future. So this is anyways the first phase in which you will come to my site and build your resumes. Try it. Go to talentplace.ai and try to build your own resume. It's a fantastic site. Okay. So of course it's built by us, so I will say fantastic, no doubt about it. But you try it and see the difference. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to negate the competition in this market. The competition out there is for the job industry. So there are a lot of job sites. There's Naukri and Indeed and LinkedIn, and lot of job sites are there. If I build another job site, I'll be in a red ocean. I'll be directly competing with the big players, the big fish in the industry. So what we have done, instead of competing with them and building a job site, we have built something absolutely new. That is a resume builder. You will not find resume builders in India. There are some resume builder sites, but they're all foreign sites, not Indian sites. So we are the first one to build this site in India. And soon we'll take it to the world as well with other offerings that we are going to add in time to come. It's going to become a super site in another 2 years time. Wait for that. Okay. So identify those factors. So factors means the offerings, what kind of services you offer to your clients, what kind of products you are offering to clients. So these are the factors. Then check the competition on each of these factors. And whenever the competition is low, those factors will be called as the blue ocean factors. So that is your move. You have to move in those areas. Understood? Great. So there are two purposes of making this canvas. The first is to capture the current factors that the industry competes on and invests in, what is currently happening. So that's the first thing we do. When we identify these factors, we'll identify the current factors, right? So what the industry competes in, means your competition, and invests in. So they are investing their time, their energy, their money in building these products. And secondly, to propel users means you, to action by reorienting focus from competitors to alternatives. Now these are the two very important points. Competitors to alternatives. So this is what blue ocean strategy is. Once you identify those factors which have low competition, so your, the bulb glows. Yes, I can do something here. I can do something in this, right? So your focus is shifted from competing to building alternatives which are not there in the market. So your focus changes from competitors to alternatives, and from customers to non-customers. Second shift, the mental shift, is from customers, the customers who you are presently dealing with, to non-customers, means people who are not presently your customers, but yes, now with the new product, the new techniques, the new offering, you can capture that market as well, the new market. So you can develop a new market by developing. So differentiation is in product as well as in the market. Like today, I'm developing this masterclass. So by doing this, I'm not just catering to CA students. They can always come and take this masterclass, or the CAs out there. But I'm also offering this to a lot of other people, like engineers and doctors and professionals who will need this masterclass to succeed. So it is no more a product just for a particular segment. So I am, enlarging my segment as well. So these are the 4 action points that you have to do, and we just studied them. So I'll not elaborate again on these 4 points. We know now: eliminate, reduce, raise, and create. So this is the framework. And what you have to do is the homework. You have to fill in each of these 4 slides. Okay. And the last point is the 3 tiers of non-customers. So who are those non-customers whom you are going to capture? So what are the tiers of that whole segment called as non-customers? So one is soon to be. Soon to be is a non-customer who are on the edge of your market waiting to jump ship. Okay, waiting to jump ship means waiting to jump the competitors and come to you. So they are currently your competitors' customers, but they are ready to jump ship. So you may get them very easily. Okay. And similarly, you can lose customers as well. Your customers who are waiting to jump ship and go to your competitors. So the strategy that we have to build is, once we identify these type of people who are ready to jump ship, either ways. So if we identify our customers who are ready to jump ship, we can, approach them, see their problem, why they are ready to jump ship, and remove those problems and make them our loyal customers. Number one. Secondly, identify your competitors' customers who are ready to jump ship and give them that extra incentive, that extra benefit that they are looking at to jump that ship. Okay, so give them some offering, give them some insights, and get those customers into your fold. And that's how people do. Even in red ocean, like Swiggy and Zomato are competing on such a high scale that if this person offers 50% discount, this person offers 60% discount. And then he raises the bar to 65%, and here it goes to 70%, and both are into losses. Right? So that is a red ocean. So you have to incur the loss. But if you develop a blue ocean, then you will always earn profits. So that's first point, soon to be. Second is refusing. There would be customers, non-customers, who are not your customers, who consciously choose against your market. Who are consciously against your market. Means they are not going to come so easily. They are very tough people. They'll not come to you. But what you can do is change your product line, and then those people will come to you. Right? Say, I'll take an example of Mercedes-Benz. So I, as a middle class citizen of this country, I'm not looking at buying a Mercedes-Benz because the range starts somewhere at 40 lakhs. I don't have that much money. So obviously, for me, Maruti and Hyundai, at least Honda at the most. So they are my, target cars. I never look at Mercedes-Benz. I never look means I look at those cars. I admire Mercedes-Benz, but I'm not going to become a customer. So now what Mercedes-Benz will do, they know that there is a huge clientele out there, middle class Indians, who are not looking at us, who have consciously decided not to buy Mercedes-Benz, not to spend so much money. So what they will do is, they can build a car, okay? They will not do it, I'll tell you why, but they can build a car in the mid-range. Yeah. So they can build a car which they can offer at a price of say 15 to 20 lakhs. Okay, it's above Maruti, but not as much as 40 or 50 lakhs. So if they launch a car in the range of 15 to 20 lakhs, what will happen? All these non-customers, their eyes will open. Suddenly they'll see in the newspaper, Mercedes-Benz at 15 lakhs. What will I do? Will I go and buy a Maruti or a Hyundai at 15 lakhs? Absolutely not. The day I see that ad, I'll jump into the showroom of Mercedes-Benz and I'll be the first person to book a Mercedes-Benz. Yeah. So that's what you have to do. Build a product for those customers who have consciously decided not to buy from you. So if you build a product for them, then you can get them in. And the third is unexplored. So these are non-customers who are in markets distant from yours. Means they have not tasted the waters. They have not tasted your product. They are there, but they don't know about your product. So what you have to do is educate them. You have to use a lot of marketing skills and educating skills to educate them of your product. Like, for example, this masterclass. There are millions of people who really need it. They are stuck somewhere in their careers, stuck either in their mindset or stuck because they don't have the strategies and skills, to develop their careers. So they are stuck. And this masterclass is an amazing solution for them. But they don't know about it. So we have to take it to them. Yeah. And once I take it to them and they taste this product, they will realize the efficacy and the efficiency and the value. They will buy it. They'll become my customers. So that's how you do it. So that's the last point. So by focusing on the key commonalities across these non-customers and existing customers, companies can understand how to pull them into their new market, right? So those are some of the strategies that we discussed today out of the Blue Ocean. So Blue Ocean Strategy is a very good book, and I think you should have one in your armor. So the books are the biggest armor that we have, right? They are arms and ammunition. So go for it. If you already have it, very good. If you don't, try to buy that book, read it carefully, and you'll get a lot of insights from it. And who knows, tomorrow you can be the next billionaire. Sorry, you have to be the next billionaire. I'm removing that word can. You will be the next billionaire. So with those words, thanks all of you for today's session, and we'll continue in the next session.